Hey guys, Alex here. Just wanted to say I forgot to put it in the video itself, but the title suggests this as spoilers. So if you don't want the episode spoiled, please don't watch my video yet. Come back and watch it later, and click the like so that you remember to come back and watch it later. And now on with the show. Welcome back, nerds. Stranger Things, Season 5, Chapter 3, The Turnbow Trap. Let's get into it. Alright, so I don't want to make this a recurring theme, but I forgot to mention in last episode that Vecna is taking children, took Holly, and it's not doing what they normally do with them, which is just kill them and turn them into portals. Vecna seems to be putting them into some kind of trance, almost like, he's Freddy Krueger or something, kind of like they're in the Matrix. Maybe he's using their power for something. And we find out his plan is basically to get more kids. So, Hop and 11 are trying to break through the wall, like I ended last episode. They can't get through it, so I was half right. As they're doing this, Hopper was right. They notice that 11 is in the Upside Down. They have her on camera, so they're immediately sent the goons out to track them down and attack them. They have some type of way to capture 11. They have some type of master kryptonite to power her down. At first it looks like some kind of satellite dish they're pointing at her, but they seem to be using it at the base, which, Hopper and 11 now realize there is a base in the Upside Down of, these nefarious people. It reminds me of how these people are just as big of a threat or possibly as big of a threat as Vecna, or the fact that they might get in the way of stopping Vecna. It reminds me of how in the last season, Jason got in the way of keeping Max out of, trouble by starting a fight with Lucas, stepping on the headphones, all that stuff. It all goes together. So, the kid that tormented Holly is actually one of the Turnbows. So the kid from the first episode that was, kind of bullying Holly, he's a Turnbow, and his older sister is the aforementioned Tina from the previous years. What's her name? I'm sorry. Erica had mentioned her good friend Tina, and that's Tina. So Tina, and it's apparently a famous family. We started this season seeing a lot of billboards with the Turnbow real estate name on it, so we get introduced to them. They end up becoming part of the plan because since the kid is the next on the list for Vecna, they decide to use them as bait. They basically, our Stranger Things clan, they drug the family, turn the house into some type of Kevin McAllister Home Alone trap, and plan to trap and tag with some type of tracking device the Demogorgon. So it's a really interesting plan. We spend a little too much time with Holly Wheeler, in my opinion. It's fun to see that she's on an adventure on her own, but considering this is a brand new character we just met, and it's season 5, so we know everything's ending soon, we're spending a lot of time with this character who's meant nothing to this point and wasn't even in the series, and they aren't being dropped in like Max was, or like either Max or, I'm forgetting her name right now, Maya Hawke, but either how they were dropped in, where, they have connections to people in the story. Here, she's in the family, but immediately taken away and is in this dream world. So we're following this person who we have no connection to in the dream world. So that's kind of, that's not great. 11 goes into some soldier's brain that they capture and finds out that they have the base there and that they possibly have Vecna in custody. Although if she says Vecna's in custody behind this magic door, I don't know if it would be Vecna. I mean, it might be some other character that's powerful. Who knows? Maybe some new bad guy. Maybe someone from the past we forgot about. Any number of things. So this episode feels like it was setting up episode 4. They had the awesome action scene with the Demogorgon chasing Lucas around the house and getting trapped and getting lit on fire. And then, of course, you see Steve and the crew tracking him after the fact. But the big reveal in this episode is that Max, even though she's in a coma, it seems that her consciousness is still in Vecna's world. And she was giving Holly a message that said, hey, meet me over here, pretending to be Vecna, or Henry as he's masquerading to Holly. And it was a cool little reveal at the end that Max is out there kind of, living like George of the Jungle, alone, making her way in this weird trap. So I wonder why she would be trapped and not just feasted on or whatever. I wonder if Vecna knows that she's there. I assume not, because Vecna, you figure, would have hunted her down at this point. So it's interesting, and it goes back to what Lucas had said in one of the previous episodes, that he really thinks Max is going to be key to saving the day, because the party needs to be together, the party needs to work together, and they need all the members. So we'll see what episode 4 holds. Episode 4 is the part 1 finale of this season, so I assume there's going to be some type of big reveal, death, all the above, none of the above. But let's get into it, and I will see you then.